So, hi guys, how are you? Today I'd like to talk about a specific topic regarding uh, the use I'm willing to make of Logic Pro X live loops. So live loops is something I've been skipping lately since they were introduced as a functionality in Logic 10.5 because I was focused on completing an album and introducing another element in my workflow would slow me down. So I just didn't skip. I just did skip them and that's it. But now I'm starting to think that I could actually make use of them, even if, despite their name, live loops are not really something which is intended for being used. I mean, as a real live tool, but it's really a tool meant for arrangement, in my opinion, for the way it was built. Nevertheless, it can be useful for layering tones and trigger in real time very easily, even on a stage. And that's what I'm willing to do as soon as we get out of this situation and we get on stage again. And I'm gonna try to offer my audience something new, something different, which is much more powerful than simply using a loop pedal, because as we can see, we'll be able to do lots of stuff with Apple loops, with live loops in Logic. Sorry, and I'm gonna show you, in a moment. So we'll be using iPad as a surface control, and we're gonna use our Logic Pro X for recording loops. First thing you want to make sure if you want to use this live is that you have everything set up in your DAW, so you have your scenes, properly, you know, the scenes you want to use. If you want to use 10 of them, you can do that. We're just going to use one, but you can repeat this process as long as you want. You have to prepare your tracks, and you have to make sure the cells you want to record are already done the way you want, so are created in the way you want them to actually work. So what do I mean? Well, you see, for instance, all the cells that I have prepared in this scene, okay, or in this scene, which is the same, I think we're going to use the scene number 2, okay, have a length of 8 for the loop and for the cell. Okay, recording takes, this just doesn't matter because we're just recording one time, so you may choose if to replace the audio or recording several takes as the loop go on. Very important parameter is set this to cell length, so that it will only record for the length of the cell you have preset in the parameters above. And at the end of the loop, change to play mode. So start playing when the loop ends. This is very, very important because when you finish layering one loop, it will start playing the stuff you have recorded, and you can layer another loop. Using the iPad as a surface control is very simple. There are, videos on the internet for this, but none of them focused on layering audio tracks live, and this can be tricky sometimes. So first of all, we start tapping on the arrow in the upper left corner of your iPad screen and select live loops. And as you may see, it shows your grid exactly in the same way, and it will show like this. So with all the instruments, I suggest putting icons so that when you're using it live, you already instantly you see what you actually wanting to do. So you see guitar, bass, and so on. Use the icons, you better understand in a very direct way. What is most important, it will open up like this. Most important thing is you can grab, you know, the side and pull so that it can open, so that it opens it up. Because unlike MIDI tracks, to arm recording, you actually have to push on the R button. You not just select the track. So if it's like this, you can only select tracks, you see, but you're not arming cells for recording. While if you pull it out, so you have the complete view, you have also the recording button, and you pressing recording button, it will actually arm the cell. Now I'm going to show this. I have also prepared you know, a couple of drum tracks. We're going to use the second. Why I'm doing this? Because just to show that you can, even if you want, put actual drums in your loops. Logic Drummer is incredibly powerful if you dig into it. What we are doing today is just very simple, of course, but let's see here. But we're not using it right now. So stop talking, let's dig into it. We're going to record a rhythm guitar, a phrase guitar, which is just some sound I layer upon the chords I'm going to play. Then I'm going to layer a bass over the drum track, and then I'm going to solo over it. This will show you, hopefully, the workflow of doing this live, because we are going, oops, the pick, yeah, it happens, pick, they fall. So, because what we are doing right now, hopefully, is the exact same workflow we are gonna use when we perform live. So, let's dig into it. So okay, seems like something didn't really work with my DAW today for recording, but nevertheless, I hope the loop was quite clear. I hope so. The concept really is that you just can you know layer all the tracks that you want with live loops, and as long as you prepare first yourselves for what you want to put into them, and you actually set up your scenes and set up your tracks very well. Today I've been using my Fender American Standard Stratocaster. I don't know which year is. I suppose it's the end of the 90s, first 2000s, with Seymour Duncan Antiquities in neck and middle position, and well, I stacked Seymour Duncan. I don't remember what it is, but it's a pickup for the neck position. But I found it really sweet, so I put it in the bridge, and it worked out well. And other than that, it's pretty, it's quite stock. And of course, tones within Logic coming from neural DSP SLO plugin, which I think is awesome for several reasons, and that's it. I don't think there's anything more to add. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it can be useful to someone. And other than that, have a good day. Bye.